I'm the Group Sales Director for CLE Group. We're a group of companies. One of the main things we do is personalised messages. We give marketeers a tool to increase response rates and hopefully increase the return on the investment that they're making with their personalised messages. Marketeers are being challenged to show what the return is on the money that they're spending. And I think you've got to be able to demonstrate two things. One is that the message that you're putting across is actually getting there. People are actually interested in the message that you're putting across to them. And secondly, you want to be able to measure how interested they are and whether they're actually responding or not. Now for us, we're marrying two things there. One is the personalized message that we think people will buy into, they invest in, they say, right, that's interesting, that's information for me, I'll respond to this. They respond by coming onto their little microsite, and as a marketeer, you have an instant view on how that message has come across and whether they're responding or not. They need to be able to measure the effectiveness of their campaign. And that's what we're trying to do with these microsites, combining that with a high level of personalization. So effectively, we're coming at it from two angles. We're saying increase your response rates with a bit of personalized information, but secondly, measure those response rates. Know what those response rates are and see whether this is working for you or not. And if it's not working for you, change slightly the way that you're coming at it, change what the angle of what you're saying is, and come at it again and see how the response rates work for that. As soon as you can start measuring that, you're up to the point where you can start to differentiate your marketplace and start to put information to people that you know works. And that's really where our information and our services come into the fold. One of the most recent ones we did, which we find very interesting, is a mail piece that was done for schools actually. And we've seen a 300% increase in response rates on that. We've seen a 70% uplift in sales on that particular one. The database was around about 5,000. And it has worked beautifully in that environment. And we're seeing that across the board. Teachers in particular are very busy people. If you're able to contact them as soon as they've come into your system, shown interest in your product, you know they're still sitting at their desk. They've looked on the microsite, on the website, they've done that through their computer, they must be sitting at their desk, they're clearly not teaching. Consequently, you're able then to pick up the phone at that very moment, speak to them. You're not trying to sell them anything. You're simply starting the dialogue process going. You're starting that initial dialogue that you otherwise could take 6, 7, 8 calls to try and get through to that particular person. You can do that instantly. We have some very creative ways of personalizing. What we tend to do is we take images, we personalize images with people's names. These things act as hooks. People like to see these things. They like to see something different. It's in full color. It's vibrant. It can be any image. It can be an image relating to a product. It can be an image relating to a person. It can be an image relating to a holiday. It can be anything you like. And as we see it, people want to see something that's different. They see a name in the clouds that's their name. They look at it and think, that's interesting. They read on. As soon as they start to read on, you've got them into it. Once they read on, when they see something that's relevant to them, they start to get it through. They start to say, okay, I'm coming through on that, and I like it. And that's what we're all about. We're finding a large range of companies, but perhaps some of the more interesting ones are the ones that have large databases of either companies and people they know have bought something before and they need to get back into contact with, or they have a large subscriber base, or they have a large requirement for lead generation. So that can really be a whole range of companies. We're working with small companies through to SMEs to very large corporate companies with lists ranging from 500 up to 40, 50,000. The distribution is all done in-house. Effectively, the thing is printed, run out, distributed. A couple of days later, you can start seeing responses coming through. It's great. For us, it's been a great show. We're finding a lot of interest, particularly from marketeers, those ones that are looking for responses. They're looking for increased return on their investment. They want to find something they can measure it with. They want to be able to say to their boss, listen, this is what you can get using this system. I can tell you exactly if we spend £2,000, what return we're going to get. And that's what it's all about. That's where this system counts.